take it perhaps you already have something in mind.
Oh well, yes. A bit of sports, perhaps a jousting tournament, um, and the like. It depends on how expensive Milord wants to make this. Something simple will, be relatively cheap. But if you want to attract a lot of people, it will cost quite a bit more, especially considering the reduced amount of time. I should have brought this sooner, but well, you were not here, so I did not want to
That's true.
interrupt you. I interrupt you where you were an official business somewhere else.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, it should still be more than enough time to prepare. Not sure we want to go fully extravagant, but do you have a budget plan for maybe a few different options? And of course, like I'll draw her over to the table and discuss it. So, what kind of tiers are we looking at here?
it depends. If you just want like a simple like couple of tents and bringing everybody in, your your armed forces, the people, the servants in the castle, and all the families, right, from surrounding areas, it'll cost you around between 25 to 50 gold, right? Because basically they bring the produce, they set up some tents, something like very simple stuff like bobbing for apples, stuff like that. If you want something more extravagant, it depends how much you want. Like if you want to go full
Mhm.
on, you would have at least three major competitions: jousting, melee, a grand melee, and an archery contest. And you would have to announce them far and wide, at least all the way to Narwhal, right? And surrounding
Right.
lands, Safeton and Narwhal, so people can come in. Um, that could cost as much as 300 gold. Spreading the word, setting up the areas. There will also be like plays and stuff like that. This would be a thing that will last a couple of days, maybe a weekend or more, right? Um,
Okay.
the bigger the celebration, because one of the things about being a leader is that you have to show that you are generous and that there's a bounty of your lands and all that. It gives you a couple of things, including the fact that I believe you have to roll every season for new followers.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
let me check on the followers tables.
That's a good
Even if
question because we had another season pass by.
yeah, so if not, or even if you do, this will give you a chance to if everything goes according, if you do well in the tournament, the like, you would get a role on the followers table because you have shown that you are bountiful and
Mhm.
your lands are bountiful and you are a good leader and people are attracted to that. It's not merely a matter of just military service. It's also how people live in your lands and
Right.
celebrations like this. And also it has a religious angle to it. A lot of members of the old faith, druids and the like, are attracted to Brewfest and also Alona as well. A lot of followers of Alona, her favorite holidays are in the spring and in the fall. Uh, before winter.
Okay.
Uh, so that
So
is
looking between those options, our budget, our current treasury, projected like earnings, and what we have to stand to gain from it, I think Kix is going to be all in for 300 gold.
okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and deduct that from the treasury right now. We're going to have a wonderfully grand festival in mild weather of 57 to 69 degrees Fahrenheit with light air going towards the northwest at 1 to 3 miles per hour with little precipitation and a few clouds. Sorry, we have like this whole weather system on the side we're exploring. It's
Yeah.
great.
So let me when to roll. Um, who
Yeah.
rolls? The book assumes the players rolls on their own chart, run with the courses as well at random.
Hmm.
Make when to roll. When the PC spends the money for a stronghold starts a construction, when construction of stronghold finishes, when the PC improves, levels up, when the PCs level up.
Good thing to remember. So that'll be at the end of this, I think.
Different classes, different followers. Yeah, class features, improvements. It says that GM decides.
Hmm.
These are some of the examples of when you decide.
Ah,
You're
okay.
free to combine these rules, letting players roll when they improve their stronghold. I believe certainly improving the stronghold will get you a roll because it's part of the basis of why you would expand the stronghold, right? Also, and you already rolled when you created it, so those are those. Uh, I think this opportunity, I would say that anytime you have a major festival or every major opportunity like this attracts people and people might want to stay.
All right, that sounds great.
Yeah, so yeah, you would get for
This
this
will be the
activity.
opportunity.
This will be the opportunity because it says here when you level up. If you level up very quickly, you end up with a small army just of followers on top of your regular army and everything else, and it can be. What I will allow is that your followers will gain levels with you. So
Mhm.
when you gain levels, she's level 1 right now. She'll be level 2 automatically because you level with her. And also you can also I would allow for training, like you say, okay, we're gonna spend a couple of weeks training with my followers,
Yeah, so we
and
make decisions.
if they make a if they make their rolls, that's a simple roll, they would probably level up
Yeah,
to show
Agar, of
that
course, points out like the tower also has follower roles once it got constructed.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, you got your gnome. Oh yeah, you also have a gnome. What's
he's
his
just been
name?
hanging out for a couple days. Nobody
Yeah,
noticed him in all the excitement.
yeah. You have
Yeah,
your gnome
he's doing his
ambassador.
work, all that stuff.
In fact, your gnome ambassador is a sniverblin. No, a rock under dark uh underneath rock. No,
Yeah, I think like our keep could have one ambassador. So I think like now that you have your tower, you keep an ambassador over in your
yeah,
tower.
you have a deep gnome ambassador who brings tidings. We'll play that out, you know, soon enough.
Okay.
But
Do we-
that's for
Right. But right now it's setting up party time. Kix is in a
yeah.
good move. He's working with Ann Lee to just set up like a whole bunch of events and starting to send people out with various missives and for various things.
Yeah. They, and it's a matter of like, you attract, you have bards. So you have your bard, of course, in your team, but you attract more bards and minstrels and a circus. Yeah, Campland. So are you're gonna go? So you're gonna have the three, and then you're gonna have other things like riddle, contest, and all kinds of things. Anybody else is gonna do anything in those 2 weeks or so?
I mean,
Yes.
I'm actually gonna stick around and pitch in as student for
I'm
everything that's happened thus far.
I'm
'Cause I
sorry to say
figured,
this, but Robert, you may want to reconnect your audio because it's pretty bad. It's
It
just
happens every hour.
yeah, it's like every other word gets a bit garbled. I don't know
better.
why.
I believe Gar wants to have a meeting with me.
And I
Is
wanna
this
have a
better?
meeting with
Hello?
Gar.
It's
Yeah,
a little better, yeah.
yes.
I was just saying I want to repay my gratitude for everything that's been done, as well as him inviting me here and just pitch in where I can. So I would like help with chores, anything like that as possible.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, you're having this meeting.
Literally nothing else.
Yeah. Kix and Gar, you're having this meeting in these 2
Ah,
weeks.
Gar, welcome. I think I was unconscious once you all did what you did. I had everyone else fill me in, but Gar, thank you, by the way.
Oh, piece of information just so you would know, because it may affect the conversation. Q would have never mentioned that he was the one who noticed and caused the change.
Okay.
Once we were back, he didn't bring it up whatsoever. He's actually been very quiet since then and just protective in nature.
Okay. So you need to make use of our military forces. I can understand. What have you scouted out? What have you learned? Nothing yet. Requires great bandit speeds for an expeditionary force. Ah, so you're going to actually go do the scouting. That makes sense, I believe. Ah, very well. Um, I never took you to be a general at first, but you have been commanding your own soldiers for some time. Would you like anyone to go assist you in this matter? Or do you think you can handle this yourself? we're planning for a bit of a festival, but honestly, those are two completely different skill sets. So I think if there's those who can't help there, maybe they'd be willing to go along with you. As we self-operate in this manner, my presence is not required. Oh, well, all right then. Oh, you're simply sending them off on their own. In that case, we don't have Wraith anymore. And he just goes quiet for a second. Who could I possibly tap to be our new general, our new leader? You have a commanding unit among them. They aren't a series of rank and file, I assume. Yeah, that's probably right.
I mean, they most likely have NCOs and one officer.
Yeah. But Braith is gone, so we no longer have the barracks benefit because he's not handling that. Which would allow them to be like temporarily increase in experience just because they have that kind of commander. Let's see what Gar has to say. And give them orders specifically, they should be able to operate independently. Yeah, that's definitely right. So, I suppose all considered, I am worried, of course, that we don't have any full force commander right now, but send them on the scouting mission that you need them to go on. And report back to me when they're done. Right? So Gar has what he needs. I believe now he's sending a secret message.
Oh boy, secrets.
All right. So we're using military. We're starting a festival. I guess Braith and not Braith, Barricade and Hugh are the only people who we don't know what they're doing yet.
I'm going to meet with Gar at some point in his library, I assume.
More means with Gar. He's very popular these days.
I mean, I wish there was something I can do because I really don't know how I can contribute.
I mean, this is in the
unless
2
I've got
weeks, so
ideas.
it should be fine. So I'm gonna approach. Gar, do you know if you have any books or such on something called a Elven Moon Gate?
Big question.
So you know of them. Well, my old mentor, I gained some information, and it seems he's been looking into them himself. So, if there's potential locations or information, I might be able to come up behind him and catch him. Yeah, there's been some conflicting information, but I trust this source more. And they did speak to him directly. So there may be some involvement with
Wow.
the
He's such a
Suel and
wow.
such,
Yeah.
but um, this seems more direct. so? Is that so? Well, if we both have interest in that direction, I'm sure we can work together on something. I'll be around if you find anything. I
That's
and
comforting.
I know where you sleep too. Like,
Watch out for the
I
knife.
mean, yes. uh, I have to get to planning the event now. And then I'm gonna go plan the event.
Yeah. In the 2 weeks, the troops return.
Before that
Uh,
happens,
Go
what
ahead.
he would have been doing for the 2 weeks, he's
Mhm.
trying to establish a closer relationship with the elves that we had
Okay.
previously spoken with,
Okay.
since he's trying to get more information about what's beyond the material. He was rattled by going into dreams. That's the first time he's had a negative experience come from dreaming. So he wants to know why. He's not smart, but he knows there is people who could help him, and he thinks the elves are his best bet.
So you talk to the ambassador.
Yep.
She says, let's see what she has to say. NPCs from forces. NPCs from Leandra Bloodstreak with elf speaker. You go to her and she doesn't spend all the time in the keep, but she visits often as a liaison between Kix and the elves. And one time she's coming in, you're coming out, and it's like, oh, little one, you seem troubled.
Oh. No, lying's bad and secrets are bad. I'm not gonna say I'm good. I'm scared all the time right now. Is there a spot we can talk?
Of course, come with me.
Okay.
And she guides you outside the keep, right, to nearby woods. Basically a copse of woods. And she sort of sits you down in somebody a log. One of the loggers has as a stump, and she sits you there, and she sort of leans against a trunk of a tree. And goes like, "Go ahead."
So, the other day, my Kix was acting weird, and I noticed it. And I think he was like cursed by a book or something, but we dealt with it, right? And we had to go fight something in a dream. And up until that point, dreams have only been good for me. But then somebody died in a dream, then Gar went back into dreams to get them out of the job. I'm confused, and I don't know how to keep my friends safe anymore because we can die in our sleep. And I'm scared to sleep because I'm worried they're going to die.
I see.
Like the world's real big, so I want to know what else is out there so I know what to be worried about and what not to. Because I don't know much, but I know that safety is important.
Seems that you need to talk to a dream walker. Among our people, there's those many who have many gifts. Many people say that the elves are magically inclined. but there are few what are called dreamwalkers who can walk in the land of dreams and between dreams. Perhaps they can explain to you what's going on. It is troubling that you have not one but twice these waking nightmares.
Oh yeah. See, like I got dreams before that guided me to Alona in my gifts in this wonderful life. But now I'm worried that like if I don't deal with this, I'm gonna just try and get rid of my dream. And I think that's bad. So I want to deal with it in the right way.
It could take me some time. I don't know. My own clan doesn't seem to have any dreamwalkers themselves, but I could search for one.
Oh, that would be incredible. Because like I'm even scared to the point where I haven't told Kix that I was the one that made sure he was saved. Because I don't want him to know and then have to explain how I knew, and then it's complicated. And
Well, everybody, I mean, a lot of people tend to have nightmares. It's not unusual. It's how we deal with them that's important. But in your case, since powerful magics were involved, I believe that perhaps there might be a need for a dreamwalker. It might take some time.
Yeah.
But
it helps just talking to you because, well, it's a lot of pressure. And even if there's nothing wrong, actually, there's something wrong because it's affecting me.
very well. I will summon them and see if they are available. And if they are and wish to come here, then they will talk to you.
I'll be eternally grateful. Thank you.
Oh, well, it will be I who will be grateful. To help another is to help oneself.
I agree. Then beyond that conversation, Q was just like helping the guards, maintaining vigilance, quieter than usual, never brings up his concerns to anyone among like the inner circle, but he does talk about it to people in positions like that who might be able to help him.
Okay. Yeah, a couple of weeks pass, and the festival is getting ready. So, what is everybody going to do?
Well, I think Kix is basically involved in the management of it all, so he has the nice schedule, is making sure that people have actually come and that there's enough space for everyone. So he's working on that.
So yeah, you don't have any. Well, most of you don't have any nightmares, but Leo, you find yourself that it's been very hard to concentrate. That thing that memory keeps popping back every so often as you dream. It's disconcerting. You wish it would go away, but it doesn't. In fact, you haven't thought about those days in quite a long time, but yet here we are. Something happened that brought it all back.
So, all right, then I guess I'd be desperate enough. Would I meditate towards my deity then?
Yeah.
All right, after a few days of sleepless nights, then like one like really late at night thing, I would find like the shadiest spot I could find in the courtyard or whatnot, and start meditation and prayer to I forget the name. It's like Jean-Ye. Am I saying that right? The shadow god or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with them, so I think it's just all on you. That's what we're going to use from now on.
Yeah, there we go.
Forever.
And I guess it would be a question of asking for solace in the shadows, strength to get these memories away from me again, to allow me to find vengeance on those that have wronged me still. You've led me already to find enlightenment. Can you bring me a further? Because I seem to be going backwards instead of forwards. And I'm basically praying to her on this.
Roll a 1d100.
$61.
No. You hear only the silence of your own thoughts.
She ignores the fuck out of me. All right.
So yeah, I mean the 2 weeks are a rough estimation. So yeah, the festival comes. I would have several maps, but to keep it simple, there's going to be the one map for the festival.
That's fine.
because
Role playing
these are-
maps don't have to be too
Yeah.
big.
So the 3 competitions: jousting. There's the archery, which you can see here, and you can see now. Something I forgot to say is you spend 300 gold pieces, but what are you going to offer for prices for these 3 matches? That's very important. And let's say you had the 2 weeks to commission this, so so this is also part of the preparation. Because here's the thing: jousting is for nobles, so they're going to expect some, if not a very expensive gift, they're gonna kicks will roll for if they get a follower after the events of the festival, because things have to happen first in order for them to yeah.
Right. So I have a choice between either putting up more money, which I've already spent a sizable amount just for the festival, or maybe putting something up. So
Yeah.
I guess Bearcat, since you're helping me here more directly, what do you think? I do have my longsword, and now I am in possession of Wraith's Storm Fury. I don't think I can use both at once until I grow a third arm.
You most certainly cannot.
I
At least
could offer
without
up a
flailing
prize.
around.
I could offer up my Firebeard longsword. Would they actually think that's a good enough prize? I mean, it is finely crafted, but it's not exactly brand new at this point.
Fine craft them all tomorrow.
Magical? Right? Is the sword
It's
magical?
not, but it is sharper than most swords. It does, in fact, have a bonus to it.
As this conversation is happening, having a high passive perception and no need for his money, Q will walk by and just be like, "Oh, you can't here," and he pops 114 gold down on the table. I'm going to continue worrying about security.
Kix will kind of like look at it, turn his head, and go, "Yeah, that would do it, don't you think?"
Yeah, I guess so. Though we probably shouldn't.
Okay, let me put it this way. It's a matter for the melee and for the archery contest, you could do money. Usually archery is for the common man. Melee is for anybody who shows up. But the jousting is almost exclusively for nobles or people who are sponsored by nobles, knights and the like. So the idea is either you're going to offer something very expensive, close to, if not 1,000 gold pieces tops, which is very expensive, or something that is a status symbol, a war horse, a fine piece of armor, a weapon, a finely crafted dwarven weapon would be a good thing, right? It has to be martial. It has to be something that is not. It's not so much the money, but showing, hey, I'm a person of wealth and taste, and I'm part of the
Really
nobility,
cool.
and this is
Everyone
what,
look at me.
yeah, look at me, right?
Right.
Could we offer up the Storm's Fury and the position of the position that Braith was filling?
I don't think we're going to offer that one up.
I
do need at least one weapon.
One of the weapons, I think, would be wise.
Like because of the status thing, we could offer up that prestigious position of general. And then this also proves their strength as well.
Right, I believe that would be the implicit offer for all of this, but I think the gift is still required.
That I think that might work in combination with this with the sword.
The job you get,
Right.
Especially if like you went
You get
back
to
to the
work.
dwarves. And
I
we're
mean,
like, hey,
a job
can
in
you
this
do some
economy.
repair work?
Well, it's kind of insulting to still see it as a gift when I'm the one doing the work for you. It's like, oh, I gotta work for you, and you're giving me it as a gift. Thank you.
Right.
That's so nice, you capitalist.
So I'm going to take a little bit more gold out of the treasury, and the prize pool is now 150 even. And we have 2 different competitions we need to put the prize pool towards. And I will offer up the Firebeard longsword.
All right.
And I think that would be an appropriate level of prizes. And Kix is just going to cross his arms and go, Bearcat, we need to get richer.
Yes. I do have an idea for that.
I would love to hear it and have it put into motion immediately because I am constantly fretting about our pockets here. That's not exactly how I think the noble crowd wants to see things.
By the way,
Well,
you did discount your expenses for summer, correct?
Yes, I did. We are currently making a profit every season.
Okay.
Mostly because we have not invested heavily into our army. They're all D4s right now. They're tiny.
yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
during the week, the armed forces, the men come back and they come up empty. They did explore some areas, but it's not their real forte. They're not scouts. So they did best. They beat the bush. They found some
Wait, I thought
empty
they were
areas.
literally scouts. Or we did have at least a scout group, didn't we?
No, that's one
Or
thing.
was
they
it
didn't
just
have.
light and 2
Light
heavies,
infantry,
I think?
yeah.
Yeah.
Light infantry. So
Well, there is a potential.
Why did they come back? This is why I'm not in charge.
We have a
what are they
very
gonna do? Are they gonna stay there without food or water or supplies? They're gonna have to come back.
Eventually.
Yeah,
It's all right. They did a good job exploring the terrain and making sure it was safe for people, giving a demonstration of force.
pride.
It's out there until you write an Odyssey. Not giving Jar that job.
Kix. There is potential. We live next to a very large, magical, old forest, which may or may not have some interesting resources in it. Assuming the elves are chill.
You are right. We could talk to our ambassador about this, and perhaps they could assist us in this matter as well. I believe it's Leandra here, right?
There's also potential in a old magical forest to have certain areas that people don't like to go due to danger. And historically, in the things we've done, dangerous things usually have prizes, rewards.
That is
If there was
true.
like a haunted section.
But Bearcat, they're going to be here in 2 hours. I'm not sure we have the time for an adventure.
Well, not now, just after. We're okay for today.
All right. Afterwards, we'll consider heading out to forest, I suppose. It's been some time since I've been out there.
Yes.
Gar will love it. There was this wonderful woman out there. Anyway, doesn't matter.
For example, when we came here with a high level of danger in a non-nice area, there was a certain amount of reward with Hugh's bow and the helmet and like the spell things and the keep and so on and so on.
Right. Well,
And it is also the nearest possibility for that kind of thing.
right. A hunt could actually be very good sometime. I'll have to clear all of this, I think. But for now, I think I'm gonna go set up the bobbing for apples area.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
A 3-year champion of Brewfest over in Arwol for that.
Question.
Question.
Could I have taken some of my arrows and blunted them? And made it so if they hit someone, they would put like a red mark on them?
You would have to create arrows for that. If you blunt your own arrows, they'll break basically.
Just
Okay.
carry a jar of jam with you.
Hugh, in that case, I'm going to say that Hugh broke 2 of his arrows trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was trying to make a way to mark any problematic people within the event.
I don't think people would appreciate you shooting arrows at them, whether they're blunt or not.
Yep.
You know, especially kobold. Yeah.
Security in every case possible.
Oh, here's an idea. You could take some of the pies that are on display here and carry them with you. And when you see a problematic person, you just throw a pie at them. Nobody at all. Darn. No
Yep.
cool pies.
Nope.
Gosh.
But no, he would have tried that with a couple of his arrows and been like, "Darn, I should have thought ahead."
But yeah, I mean the fair is going on. So who's gonna participate of you in the different? If anybody's gonna participate in any of the events.
Hugh
can't
will
say
not
there's
be
a-
participating in any of them. He is simply focused on security. He is
Okay.
stressed. He is doing his best to hide it, but probably not the greatest.
Yeah, you spend quite a bit of money, so there's fire eaters and there's like a small circus rolling, and there's food everywhere, and fresh harvest. There's apple bobbing contests, etc. So nobody's going to participate in any of the events.
Oh,
I assume
I
we'll do in
absolutely
performance.
will be. I need to be the good host here and demonstrate to everyone that I am perfectly sane. Look how many apples I can fit into my mouth.
I know the big 3 ones, by the way.
I mean, I'll actually help out with the brawl and jump in on that because he was training himself.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else?
Actually, no. Hugh will participate in the archery.
Okay.
All right. So currently Kix is signed up for everything because he has to be there for all of them.
So let's start with the archery. Archery is very simple. Whoever gets the most points win. Hitting the target is DC 10. And it has how many concentric circles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for every level above 10 just hits the target. It's 5. So hitting the bullseye is armor class 25. And you get 5 points for every hit. So, and everybody gets at least 3 shots. So whoever gets the most points wins. So let's go do a couple of rolls on that.
All right. Hugh, would you like to go first and just show up everyone, or would you like the comedy routine of me trying to do a range attack first?
Hugh is going to very much go first. He is taking this seriously. I don't know. Hunter's Mark wouldn't do anything.
No,
But-
it's not a person or anything like that.
Yep.
Right,
but
you're
he
not
is
looking for
going
damage, you're looking for accuracy.
But he is going to use his helmet,
Mm-hmm.
so he has advantage on all of these.
Am I allowed to bardic inspiration people?
Well, technically, there shouldn't be any magic used. So it'd be fair to everyone.
So no.
Yeah.
Right.
5,
Nice.
24, and a 14.
You get 10 points. You get 50 points, 55 points total. You're doing very well.
And
Good
Hugh,
initial clumping.
Yeah.
Hugh is being entirely serious when he shoots.
Actually, no, you get 25 will give you 25 points, 24 will get you 20 points, and 14 gives you 5, 10, gives you 5 points. So it's
50?
45. It's
50.
50,
45,
50.
25.
There we go.
The 25 is the center, dead on center.
Perfect.
All right.
So when he's shooting, he is being completely serious.
Mhm.
He goes up, shoots, and then goes back to security detail.
Okay. So let's see someone else stepping up. They get 10.
NPC goes up.
$15, so that's 25.
That man from dressed as a kobold.
What a clever disguise.
And
He
completely
misses.
misses. And he misses. So we have another contestant. Got a 20. So that's 20 right there.
All right, this one's looking a little bit better than the other ones.
For now.
For
Got a
now.
15. So that's 35. He probably gonna need a 25 in order to beat this. No, he came close, but no cigar. 20 plus 20.
Of
Actually, no,
course.
20, 25 is 55, I think. Yes, 55.
Shouldn't be the case because I got a
You got 50. So yeah, he actually matched you.
yeah.
No,
yeah.
actually he
No, that would match. That would match because the
Yeah.
22 would count it the same as my second.
yeah.
The 18 would match would be one higher than my third.
Mhm.
So I should be on top because because I should be one ring over with the 25 versus the 20.
Yeah, he got in at 25. So yeah. So he has at 50, 45 and you're at 50.
Very close to unseating the kobold. All right, my turn to go
Kobold who
in.
walked out with helmet
ahead.
on, shot, and walked away.
Go ahead, Gar.
All right.
Kicks.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to use my crossbow macro here, but I'm picking up a bow, and let's see how terribly I do. Oh, hey, 18, not bad. 10, and then miss the target.
Yeah. I think there's
Well,
barely,
It's, of course, quite all smiles and like, this is not my forte, and just laughing it up.
good thing there's a bales out back here so that bolt and arrows don't hit random people walking by otherwise.
Right, exactly.
Wouldn't it be wiser to put like the archery range like at the far side of the party?
Or facing the opposite direction, so it's not into the center of activity. Yeah.
yeah,
But map design.
it's fine.
It's
Somebody
fine.
didn't design that well.
The medical team.
So what does that give me? Like 20 points, I think? Yeah, that's a pretty low bracket.
Yeah, you got 20 points. And let somebody else come in one final time. 3 shots.
Watch them roll like 3 ones.
Ooh, that's a miss. Yeah,
If
he's
there's
not
a
gonna-
1, I'm pretty sure someone in the crowd's getting hit.
That's
Oh,
a
there's
20?
a 20. So he missed and then he hit.
Yeah, 2
he
hits.
hit.
Yeah. So people, the price. Hugh gets the prize, whatever it
He
is.
gets his money back.
75 gold.
Hugh's
Yeah.
not there to collect it.
Oh, they're gonna give it to you later, no problem.
Yeah, when you try and give it to Hugh, he's like, "You keep it. I don't need money."
Give it second
But it
place.
was his to begin with.
He did it to show don't mess with us. That's all he was doing.
So there's a stage here and some food and whatnot, and Barakat is here performing. Somebody comes in, sits by the stage, pulls some flutes, a pan flute, and starts playing a song.
Got an impromptu jam session on the roof.
Apparently, that or
I
we're
think I
getting
know what's happening
cursed.
here. I think I know what's happening here.
It could be anything.
Well, actually, no, because he's not targeting you.
Oh no.
But you realize that it's a pan flute. In fact, this individual, you see this individual as he keeps playing more and more, he gets more excited, and he is going to take off his sort of coat that he's wearing, like a cloak. And really starts jamming to the music.
This man has listened to too much jazz or something.
I'm just picturing the soundtrack of Hawk the Slayer playing right now. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah. Okay, let me see.
I'm still kind of worried by the thing that he said. He's not targeting you. Like, could mean anything.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop here. I'm waiting for just like, power word kill to flash up on screen or something.
If anything, he was focusing on security, so if something weird seems like it's going on, I do have a passive perception of 16.
Do you actually have a rank here?
Oh, 15.
I don't think we have official position for
Nope.
you. We're gonna have to get you one.
And you see this individual playing some pan flutes,
Oh.
half man, half goat. And everybody sort of following the music, and he's just going wild with it, It's like and he has completely overshadowed you. And you can make a performance check to identify what the heck is going on here.
Okay. Big
Yeah,
number.
you know that this is a magical effect. Doesn't seem to be harmful necessarily, at least not yet. But it's clearly magical.
Is Hugh nearby?
Yeah, maybe it has to be something.
Likelihood that I am, but I'm going to leave that up to lessons.
Okay, I'm going to reload roll 20 because all the most of the monsters. I guess if a monster can be a character, they're not appearing as monsters. I mean, I see the block start, but they're not appearing as.
All right.
While that reloads, as he asked, am I nearby?
Yeah, I mean, everybody can hear this. That's music,
right.
and you hear it, and you're gonna have to make a saving throw. DC 13. Charisma saving throw.
Charisma?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, everybody has to roll this?
19.
Everybody who's in this area. If you're somewhere else, you don't hear. You hear in distance, but you don't.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm listening to the others, so I'm not here.
The music
Yeah,
is entrancing, but otherwise, and delightful, but otherwise, not problematic. It's just like,
Does it feel like if we make the save, are we aware that this is a magical effect?
yes.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna look directly at you.
Oh, okay.
If that's the case, I'm gonna turn into I'm gonna turn into a cat and start heading that direction.
Okay. And he's playing, and the crowd is, and imagine there's a crowd of people here, right? And people start gathering more and more. And he's just playing. What are you gonna do, Barracat?
Let me read this. All right, I'm gonna do here. I don't think there's an animal that's naturally deaf.
Yeah, I think hearing develops faster than vision. But counter song?
I do have counter charm.
Okay.
I don't know, because it's not like a harmful effect
Not yet,
yet.
but it is magic. Clearly, it's magical.
Yeah. We also don't really know why he's here. Alright, I'm gonna take a very chill approach here. I'm gonna kind of approach over this way. Yeah, that's a good question for him. Does he
Yeah.
know satyrs?
What you don't have? We religion for you.
Oh, geez. I'll
Yeah.
try the roll, but I probably won't get it. Nope. Yeah.
But you,
Oh,
you
like, I-
do you as a ranger? No, you don't have the detection ability as a ranger, do you?
I hold on.
He might.
Thank you for that reminder. I'll pop it. If this is an entrancing thing as I'm moving over, I'll pop it.
Okay.
It is a charm effect. Yes.
Yes.
Well, like that's what I mean. Like feeling that wash over me, I will.
Yeah, you
As a
definitely detect a fae in the area.
Okay. Before Barakat goes to do his thing, because he's close to the stage, I'm gonna go to a spot where, if I have to, I can jump onto his instrument, being a cat, to knock it out of his mouth.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go next to him and kind of like get his attention.
He's just playing. He sees you, he winks at you, and keeps playing. And the other thing is that a normal creature would not be able to play as long as he's playing because he just keeps blowing on this, or as fast, or as precisely, right? Yeah, this thing, this goat-legged, half man, half goat, that apparently is some kind of supernatural creature, some sort, magical in some way.
Okay. Can I try and insight his, like, the way he addressed me to see if like he is just actually vibing out, you know?
Yeah, you can do an insight.
All right. I mean, my insight's not like amazing, but
Provide.
okay.
He just seems to
Yeah.
be happily playing his pan
on.
flute.
Can I provide the help action by going up onto his shoulder as he's playing to see if, like, he's if he notices it or if he gets concerned that something is now within that range of him?
He doesn't care. In fact, when you're in as a cat, right? As a house cat, right? He just scratches your ears
I take
and
it.
keeps playing.
You would know
Alright.
that this is Hugh because he always has the same pattern as a cat.
Okay. Well, this is
People start dancing and jumping on tables and start drinking heavily. The party's starting to pick up.
do I get the feeling that it could pick up to like a dangerous level or like
You've never seen anything like this before. I mean, you know that music can be, there's a magic in music. That's how you do it. So, I mean, you can hurt people with your music. So, could be anything.
there might be some unfortunate events in our near future. Yes, even a series of them perhaps. All right, I'm just gonna monitor him for a bit, I guess.
After a while, he stops. The people still singing and dancing, and there's some other musicians. In fact, some people have started picking up their own kind of musical instrument. People are jamming using things like spoons and pumpkin on tables. And so once the party starts going, it just keeps going, right? The effects, if any, and also people are drinking heavily as well, like wine and mead, especially a lot of mead because it's Brewfest. But people already are pretty drunk. I mean, literally, there's barrels of mead right here for people to ingest. So, and food and lights, and it's getting dark. So he has stopped. And he sort of leans back against the stage and looks at you like,
Why
and
are you?
somebody passes and hands him a mug of an ale, and he just sort of like in one gulp, like quaffs it and throws it away and waits for another.
At that point, Hugh will jump down off of him, but sit in front of him still as a cat, with like the paws crossed at the front, just looking at him, trying to figure out his deal.
You're pretty good at playing. Why are you here?
And when you said that, he opens his arms, waits into the crowd, starts dancing with people, dances a couple of rounds around, plays a little bit more, comes back against like,
That makes sense. I hope I don't have to. Well,
When he comes back
that was out of character.
sitting in the exact same position, a kobold instead of a cat, just looking on going,
he's unfazed. He's like,
why did you hold on? Why did you use magic? I felt it.
He
He
just sort
really
of
wanted to party.
gesture to everything. It's like,
I will pull out my symbol of Alona and be like, that mean anything?
he looks at it, it's like, and he shouts very loudly, "The lady! Let's dance for the lady!" And he just jumps again to start dancing again and playing the pipes again.
Make an insight check into this mad fool.
Go ahead. He's very happy. I mean, it is a party. All right, is that the two inside die would break? Yeah,
Much
pretty
so.
much. Pretty much.
Cat,
He
what-
burnt out all the insights.
Yep. Well, he doesn't seem too dangerous, I guess.
And he comes back, he presses the mug onto your hand at Barakat, and another mug onto Hugh, and somehow he has another mug, and he just quaffs it, throws throws it away. It's like,
Actually, hold on, Barrack. Can I talk to you for a second?
and he goes back to playing again. Yeah.
Bearcat, secrets are bad, and I haven't really had one, but I kind of had one, and I'm scared. I'm scared to relax.
Like, in general or in the current
Yeah.
situation?
In general, I think if I do, people are gonna go to sleep and then die in their sleep.
Why would they die in their sleep aside from old age?
Look what happened to Lale.
He wasn't dead, though.
But he was. We saw him die.
I mean, we saw him go unconscious.
You know what? No, you're totally right. I'm just overthinking. And with
You
that,
are most definitely overthinking it.
Hugh will leave the area and go back to security detail.
Okay.
And the setter kind of points at somebody, and a young lady sort of grabs you by the arm and ropes you back into the party. Are you gonna fight her off?
Barakat or Hugh?
Hugh.
Hugh will. Q wants to have fun, but he will not let himself have fun right now. So he will fight her off.
And he sort of taps Wildcat in the shoulder, like, go on, bring him back.